Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. I'm so excited about this particular video, and thank you so much for your love and support that you have shown me in my previous videos. If you are new here, my name is Sophie and I do videos around different topics in life. Yes, and today we are going to be talking about the difficulties in motherhood, or why motherhood is sometimes difficult. So let's get right into the video. So being a mom is often described as the toughest job in the world. And this is because it is a job that doesn't pay you money, but it constantly requires you to keep learning on the job, even if there's no manual that is provided. We have people around us who have been mothers before. They do advice, they do share tips here and there, but then they don't give you like a manual that can be followed. Like the way if you were to go and do a certain dish, you have a recipe that shows you all the steps on how to go about every ingredient. With motherhood, there is not that. This is because every motherhood journey is a unique experience for everyone, and so we cannot say that there's a manual, there's a document written down on how every mother should raise their child. And this is because also the children are also different. From the moment you come back from the hospital with your newborn child, now you're home and you're feeling a lot of different emotions running through your mind, because now you have an extra human being that you're going to take care of fully, and at the same time you're also recovering from the whole delivery process. So it's usually something that takes a toll on new moms, and they have a lot going through their minds, from nursing the baby, from healing your own body, from having cracked nipples and all of that. So there's a lot that goes on when you're trying to adjust into the new motherhood journey, and that normally either makes or breaks some moms, especially if you don't have support. That's when you find some sinking into postnatal, is it called the postpartum depression? The postpartum depression. Support is very, very important, especially to new moms. They need support. They need when I talk about support, there is moral support, there's emotional support, and also there's the physical support. Sometimes they need someone to just hold the baby for them to sleep, because you find that some newborns usually keep crying all the time, and that means that the mother will be up throughout the night all the time trying to make the baby sleep, trying to breastfeed the baby and change diapers and all of that, thinking that it could be the diapers that's the problem, it could be that the baby is hungry, and they keep breastfeeding the baby still keeps crying, and so sometimes they need somebody to be just there for them, to hold the baby and just allow the mom to sleep. When it comes to emotional support, they need someone to just keep encouraging them to absorb whatever comes through the journey gracefully, and to just adjust into the new norm gracefully, without feeling as if it is a whole burden just on them alone. And this is why it's very, very important to have people around you, especially if you are a new mom. It doesn't matter how many children you've given birth to before, every experience is usually different. That's what I hear from other people. Sometimes you find that new moms put all this pressure on themselves, that they have to realize some goals, and then they forget that even if maybe they had watched a video and they had somebody saying that, when I gave birth, I was able to train my child within 2 months, I was able to do this and that and that and that. They forget that the dynamics around their motherhood and that other person's motherhood could be different, and so they put them a lot of pressure on themselves, wanting to become like the other person, and that messes their psychological state of mind. And that's why I was saying that it is very important to have some psychological support, because if you have someone around you who will be telling you that you don't have to put all this pressure on yourself, you have to just walk the journey as it is and just into your own schedules and all of that, then it will be easy for you to walk through that journey. I feel like I've already started on the difficulties of motherhood even before starting, but yeah, let's just go right into the first one, which is sleep deprivation. So when you're pregnant, or even before you fall pregnant, you are able to sleep through the night for 8 hours, 6 hours, depending on whatever time you're able to sleep. But then the moment the newborn lands, all that changes. You can't sleep 8 hours straight, because you have to wake up in the night to breastfeed your child, to change diapers, and if they have colic, which is what I hear people call it, the child might be crying through the night, so you have to be up all the night. During the day you're still up tending to the baby, nursing the baby, and that makes it difficult for you to find enough time to sleep. So most of the new moms, they get sleep deprived, and even by just looking at them, you can tell that this woman has not been sleeping for a long time. And so it's very important to have people around you to just help with the baby, so that you can get just a few hours to sleep. If your partner is around and they're willing to help with the baby, that is the best thing actually to do, because or actually to happen, because the partner will be boarding with the baby when you're sleeping, so the baby will be getting enough time to spend with the daddy and the mommy at the same time. All right. And we are normally told, or which I was told also, we're normally told that mtoto akilala na unalala. When the baby sleeps, you also go to sleep. But then come to think of it this way, when the baby sleeps, that's when you get time to rush into the shower. When the baby sleeps, that's when you get time to at least even style your hair. You know, you don't want to be staying in the house looking like a homeless person, even if you're a new mom. So anytime you get a chance like this, when the baby sleeps, that's when you want to rush and, you know, just take care of yourself, have some self-care time and all of that. So it doesn't normally work, but yeah, I think for some it does work, but not for everyone. So that's why I always recommend, or I always say that it's very important to have just someone around you, so that even when the baby is not sleeping, they can still tend to the baby, and then you'll have some personal time assigned to go and do some self-care and, you know, all of that. And then when the baby sleeps, then you can also go to sleep. As a mom, did I experience sleep deprivation? Yes, to some extent I didn't experience sleep deprivation, but I'm so grateful that my son used to sleep at least so many hours during the day, and I used to nap during that time. So when we come into the night, because that's when he used to stay up, I don't know why, I think the silence used to just make him feel like as if there's no one around him, and so he used to wake up in the night and stay awake, and then sleep again at 5 a.m. when things start moving and people are moving, and, you know, there's a bit of noise in the environment. So to some extent, before I adjusted into that schedule and before I understood the sleep pattern, I was sleep deprived. But I'm so grateful I had somebody around me to support me through the journey of being a new mom. The dad was around, he was doing almost everything for me, so thank you, I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, but yeah, adjusting to that schedule made me sleep deprived for I can say maybe a week or two, and that affected my mood. I was looking crampy, I was looking like, you know, just moodless all the time. You know, also I'm trying to also adjust to everything, just everything. Breastfeeding, the nipples are cracked. You know, that first week is usually a whole mess. You're healing and the baby is breastfeeding, your nipples have cracked, there's the sleep factor and all of that. But yeah, I was able to navigate it. I was not sleep deprived for long, and that is thanks to the support I had around me and my baby's sleep pattern. Different children have different sleep patterns, and once you understand your child's sleep pattern, then it will be very easy for you also to get time to nap in between the day and also in the night. Another difficulty is having no self-time. I'm telling you, when the baby comes, you don't have any time for yourself at all. It's either you're holding the baby, changing them diapers, dressing them up, cleaning them, breastfeeding them. You know, it's all about the baby. For the first 1 or 2 months, you even can't get out of the house. You only find time to get out of the house to go somewhere when you're taking the baby for clinics. It is usually difficult. It takes a toll on your mind, because if you're a person who used to be out most of the time, now you feel like as if you're in like a small prison that you've been put into and you can't get yourself out of it. Yeah, so how to navigate that is by, again, having someone around you. So when the baby is well fed, they are cleaned and the diapers have been changed, you know, just leave them with someone. Take a walk around the estate, take just a stride along around the house and all of that. You know, just interact with nature, like, not just see outside of the house. Yeah, you used to just seeing the walls in your house and the curtains and, you know, just the things around you. So just go outside and see things around. And if you're able, actually, if there's by any possibility you're able to go out as a family to somewhere that is cool and relaxed and newborn friendly, you can also do that, just so that you can have some time out of the house. And when it comes to me time, again, when you have support around you, leave them with the baby, go to the bedroom, just have time for yourself. If somebody who likes reading books, you can take time, read a book. You can watch a movie, you can do your makeup, whatever makes you happy. Like now you can explore some of your hobbies, so that you're not feeling like as if your life has been put to a stop because a baby has come into your life. Another difficulty of being a mom is feeling guilty. Now, where does guilt come in here? When you are a mom and you have to leave your child with someone, because for example you're a working mom and you have to go to work, sometimes you feel guilty. You feel as if you're not giving your baby the best. Like you have to go to work so that now you can like pay bills and stuff like that, and then that means you are going to leave your baby with someone else. It sometimes makes you feel so bad, even you feel like you're failing as a mother. But then I like to say this: you can't just sit at home and expect everything to go well. If you need to work, you need to go to work. Yeah, you just have to adjust your mind. You just have to accept the situation as it is and work into adjusting into that. Accept that you cannot be at home all the time, and then what you can do about it is that anytime you get a chance to interact with your baby, anytime you get a chance to be at home, to go with your family, use it maximally. Because if this other time you have to be at work, then it means that you have limited time with your family. Use that time maximally as much as possible to interact with them, so that you reduce that feeling of guilt. And also, as a mom, you're not supposed to allow the feeling of guilt to hold you down, because you have to do what you have to do. And so that should just encourage you. In the first place, it shouldn't encourage you that you're doing the best for your children and for your family. So it should not make you feel as if you're not being the best mom. Okay, and so that's why I say that anytime you get, use it maximally to interact with them, so that whenever you are away to work or doing something else to benefit the family, you're not feeling guilty, because you're doing it for them either way. Another difficulty comes in when you are not getting things right. This happens especially when the baby is crying too much and you don't know what to do or how to tend to the baby. That sometimes makes you feel as if you're not doing your best, you're not getting things right, you're not being the best mother ever. And I like to say it this way: you cannot always get everything right. As long as you're trying your best and you're putting in the efforts that you need to put in when it comes to whatever situation it is, that is enough. Leave the rest to God. Leave the rest to God. Especially when it comes to newborns, they start crying and they cannot even tell what makes them cry, what is making them cry. Mtoto analia too, they're just crying, they're crying. You've changed their diaper, you've friended them, you've washed them, they're just crying. And so at that point now, you cannot tell what is making them cry. So you just leave it to God. You just tell God, you know what? This one, I can't handle, I can't deal with it. I have done my best. Then at this point, just do it yourself, Yeah, but in situations whereby you're required to see a specialist, maybe because sometimes you find that the baby is crying because of a certain they're sick and they can't say it. If you need to see a specialist, if you need to see a pediatrician, it's important for you to do that. But then if you have done all of that and still there's something bothering the baby, just tell God, deal with it and relax. As a mom, just relax. Tell God, please go and take the burden and deal with it yourself. Another difficulty that moms face is making tough decisions. Sometimes when it comes to motherhood, pregnancy and motherhood, it might put you in a situation whereby you have to make a tough decision, like leaving your job or being a stay-at-home mom to tend to your baby. It's a difficulty because if let's say for example, if the job is the one that was giving you your earnings and it's the one that was sustaining you, and now your pregnancy has become troublesome and you have to stay at home and leave the job completely, it's a very tough decision to make when you're in such a place. And so moms who face this usually find it very difficult because of the fear that they might not be able now to take care of their needs, they might not be able to take care of the baby when the baby comes, and it leaves them at a place whereby they are really stressed, some even go into depression, and it's not a good place to be. So how to navigate this is by talking to the people around you, especially when you face such a situation where you have to make such a tough decision like leaving your work. Talk to the people around you, make them know how things are on your end, make them understand what is happening in your life. And I know when it is like this, your family will not let you suffer. They will be there for you. If it is your partner, they are going to take care of you. in such a situation, and you'll be able to navigate through the difficulty. It's not something hard, actually. It is hard to, to stomach it and to process and digest it, but when you have the right people around you and you talk to them, they can help you get through it. And once the baby comes, you can now look for another job. All right. I know it's not only that. When it comes to making tough decisions, sometimes it means letting go of some friendships. It means moving places and all of that, just because you need to create the right environment for your baby. They are tough decisions, but if you got to do them, or if you got to make them, you have to make them as a mom. And you just do it gracefully and with an open mind and an open heart, because you want the best for your baby. So there is a lot that happens that we can call difficulties in motherhood. We cannot explore all of them in this video, but one of the ways to deal with it is by exercising and taking time off to relieve your stress, the stress that you're facing in your motherhood journey, talking to people, talking to friends, talking to specialists whenever need be, and just walking the journey with some people around you, and also ensuring that your physical body is exercised in order to relieve all the muscle strain and all of that comes with sitting down for long hours, breastfeeding and all of that, and just staying in the house, just being less active. So you ensure that you exercise, and then you talk to people around you. And the most important thing is you ensure that at this point in life, your connection with God and your relationship with God is checked and intact, because the kind of blows that come can only be sorted by God. Some of them can only be sorted by God. Some you can talk to people and you'll be able to sort them out. Some you can be able to sort by buying things that you need, maybe to make motherhood easy. But there are some that only God can help you. So relationship with God is very, very key when it comes to navigating the difficulties in motherhood. And so thank you for watching this video to this very end. I am not a professional in any way. I'm just sharing this from my own experience. I hope that you learned something, and if you have any other questions concerning motherhood that I might be able to address, please leave them in the comment section below. Let's chat in the comment section. Tell me where you're watching me from, and please remember to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. And until next time, bye bye. Have a great time.